You know the feeling. You are sitting in a dark room, staring at that glowing Android 17 is ready to install notification, trying to decide if you should hit update or just swipe it away. Your smartphone is your daily lifeline. A flawless update gives you a snappy new experience, but a flawed one means dropped calls, missed alarms, and a battery that drains before lunch. Android 16 has matured into a stable flatline. Then, at the June 16th release of Android 17, we get a jagged spike of volatility. Is this the massive leap Google marketed, or an unpaid beta test? If we look past the marketing presentation, the safest and most strategic move for most Pixel owners is to clear that notification and wait. The Android show heavily promoted a suite of flashy, highly intelligent tools. What you actually get in this initial download is very different. The highly anticipated Gemini intelligence features, the custom widgets and multi-step app automations that can book a class or fill a cart for you, are completely missing. Google pushed those back to a minor SDK release in the fourth quarter. So instead of a shiny new AI assistant, early adopters are reporting Bluetooth audio dropouts and the phone app freezing solid right in the middle of a call. This is the early adopter tax. You trade a functional, reliable device for the privilege of uncovering software flaws for the developer. Hitting update today means you are paying a bug tax for features you cannot even see or use yet. That said, the update does succeed in one specific area: plumbing. Google completely rebuilt the system's garbage collector. Instead of occasionally running heavy, disruptive scans to free up memory, the system now runs a continuous, lightweight stream to clear out short-lived data. This graph illustrates how that memory change affects your processor. It flattens the CPU spikes that cause hitches mid-scroll and directly stops background battery drain. If you are running an older device, specifically a Pixel 6 through 10, this invisible change makes your phone noticeably faster. The other major upgrade is security. Android 17 implements post-quantum cryptography to defend app signatures and key storage against future computing threats. It also slaps a 3-hour delay on SMS one-time passwords for any app that isn't the designated recipient. This creates a structural shield against modern phishing attacks. These memory and security upgrades are legitimately excellent, but they offer zero visual gratification or new interface toys for you to play with. The only major visual feature available at launch is the new Bubble multitasking system. This diagram shows how Bubble multitasking is designed to work. You can collapse apps into floating windows, allowing you to neatly juggle up to 4 active apps simultaneously on a large screen. But watch what happens when we apply this same feature to a standard slab phone. The screen space collapses, and those floating bubbles aggressively overlap and obscure whatever you are trying to read. On a small display, having multiple floating windows creates severe interface friction. What was meant to be a convenience quickly turns into a chore. Because of this layout constraint, the only people who will immediately benefit from Android 17's visual updates are those who own a large foldable device or tablet. There is also a distinct risk for Android Power users, the people who rely on highly customized, widget-heavy home screens. Early updaters are finding that this release actively reshuffles and breaks their intricate layouts. Restoring your phone to the way it looked yesterday requires hours of manual labor. And again, the Vibe-coded widgets and Gemini multi-step automations that might make that labor worth it are still missing. You sit through a 30-minute update process, reboot your phone, and you are staring at the exact same assistant and interface you had yesterday. The promised AI features won't actually land until the minor SDK release in the fourth quarter. Sacrificing Android 16's peak stability to get a broken home screen and zero new AI features is a bad trade. Let's break this down into a clear, actionable framework so you can make a decision today. This chart maps out the hardware paths. First, do you own a foldable or tablet? If yes, you should update immediately to take advantage of the split-screen Bubble multitasking. If no, ask yourself, is your older Pixel 6 through 10 suffering from severe scrolling stutter and battery drain? If yes, the RAM garbage collection fix makes this early update worth the risk of minor bugs. But for the vast majority of you, the final question is, do you value a perfectly stable phone over invisible plumbing upgrades? If so, your final move is to wait for September. The smartest play for a standard phone user is to hold off until the quarterly platform release in September. Waiting allows the enthusiastic early adopters to uncover and suffer through all the summer bugs on Google's behalf. By September, the critical bug fixes will align perfectly with the actual release of the visual and AI features promised to you in the first place. Ignore the marketing and keep Android 16 running. Protect your daily lifeline and only upgrade your device when the software is truly finished.